Welcome to the Eat Your Elephant podcast. This podcast is here to help you to conquer your big goals. Because the big things in your life that you want to accomplish and achieve, they're going to take more than one step. And this podcast is here to help you develop the right mindset, to take the actions, to keep moving forward and making progress towards your big goals. That way, you can guide your life to go in the direction that you want it to go and enjoy it too. I'm your host, Nick Mazie. Let's get started.
Well, hello there, and welcome to episode 61 of the Eat Your Elephant podcast. I am glad you're with us today. Because if you're with us today, that means that you probably got some goals out there that you'd like to achieve. And that is awesome. Every single person out there that wants to achieve anything, or that has achieved anything, started from somewhere. That's a fact. Most likely they didn't start at the finish line. They didn't start having achieved all their goals. And another fact is that not everybody gets to start at the same place. Yeah, I know, big shocker. So why is it then that a lot of times it's so easy to look at somebody else's level of success or something that somebody else has achieved and start to think, oh, well, they must have had this advantage, or, well, they started with money, or it was the family they were born into. Yeah, it would be pretty convenient if each one of us got to choose exactly where we started. It's the exact place that we were able to start from to make progress toward our goals. Yeah, that would be pretty great. But it's not true. It just doesn't happen. That's not the case. If it were, then I would choose to start right next to my ultimate goal. I bet you might choose to start just a few millimeters away from achieving the big things that you want to achieve in your life. It's just not the case. So that's life. What are we going to do with it? See, if you can't choose where you start, does that mean you should just give up? No. Oh my gosh, no. If you've been around this podcast any bit of time, then you definitely know I'm going to say no. That does not mean that you shouldn't start. It does not mean that you should give up. Of course not. What it does mean is it's up to you to choose to start. Because the best thing about starting is that you can move forward. You might not be able to choose where you start, but you definitely can choose if you start and which direction you're going and how far you keep going. Those are things you get to choose. Because as soon as you start moving forward, you are no longer in the same place. You are no longer where you started. All you got to do is start. So if you want to be further along towards your goal, then just start. And before you know it, you won't be at the starting place anymore. It's so simple. But sometimes people will get hooked on this. They started so far much farther along than I will, or than I did. Oh, well. Every moment that you spend thinking about that, or how much easier it would be if something was different, see, that's just wasted. Because then you're spending that effort, time, and energy focusing on what would be nice if it were different, as opposed to making it different. And the effort wishing for the journey or the goal to be shorter or easier or faster is energy that you be using to get closer to your goal. So how you spend your time is up to you. See, you have a choice. You could choose to spend time thinking about what other people got, or how they were able to start, or where they were able to start, or the different advantages that they had. Maybe they had something that you don't. Okay. Or maybe they were able to get further along faster because they had somebody helping them out. Okay. Spend time thinking about those things, and you'll be exactly in the same place that you were when you were complaining about not being able to start further ahead. Or what's even worse is you might even be regressing away from your goal because time's moving forward, and if you're not, you might be moving backward. And that's terrible. So you can choose to spend your time thinking about those things, or you can choose to spend your time moving closer to your goal. How about you do that? What if you were taking actions moving forward? If you have a health goal, what if you just started improving your health? And then worried about getting more advantages and resources to help you out along the way. But what if you just started? If you wanted to save money, maybe you have financial goals. What if you just started, to really work on the budget, and see where you are at financially and where you want to go, start making a plan. What if you just started? Now there is one start that you can improve. You might not be able to change where you started today, but you can change where you start tomorrow. So you can make tomorrow's start better. You can choose to spend your time, energy, focus, and not wishing to make things better, but making them better. You can choose to move forward and improve. And when you do that today, your tomorrow, where you start tomorrow, can be much better. And that, my friend, that is a great thing. Make tomorrow's start better by taking action and moving forward today. All right? Well, that's today's episode. Go out there and make tomorrow's start better. All right? Thanks for listening to the Eat Your Elephant podcast. I hope you enjoy these episodes. This was episode 61. Feel free to go to nickmazy.com for more episodes and posts, resources, some recommended books, and all kinds of good stuff. Thanks for listening. Take care, and talk to you again soon.